Accountability. The moment you start to hold yourself accountable to you, that's when things change. When you accept accountability and responsibility, that's when you realize that your life is no one's fault or the result of no one's actions but your own. And so when you accept that, then you take full control of all the variables about your life. When your why is about helping others, so when you believe in this karmic balance and you believe that when you do good things, the universe will repay you in even better things, right? What does that give you? Because results are not immediate, but what does that give you? It gives you belief and faith to do the right thing, to do the hard thing. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the End-to-End Podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Yun Nguyen, affectionately called the Ninja or Prolific Ninja by my family and friends. And because my fans are my friends too, you can call me Ninja as well. This is the End-to-End Podcast, the Alpha to the Omega, the beginning to the end, talking about life, motivation, drive, success, self-improvement, and offering you morsels in this all-you-can-eat buffet called life. This is a special episode. Obviously, we are not in our normal studios. We're actually at my law firm office. If you don't know, Houston was hit really bad by tornadoes and just very bad weather last week. So the studio is currently out of power. We can't even get in the building because the doors are electronic. And so we decided to make a move here to my law firm. So you're only getting a glimpse of one of our main conference rooms. We have two. But glad to be able to bring this episode to you on this very, very special week. And what makes this week special? I turned 50 this week, this Saturday. So excited to be here, man. And that's the subject matter of this podcast episode is about, some viewpoints on turning 50. But before I begin, I want to say thank you all to everyone out there that's supporting this podcast. I do this on my own dime, on my own time, spend my money. We're obviously on location. The crew brought all their equipment to the office, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment, spending their time setting up all this stuff. We do this on our own resources. And so the only way to grow this show and the only way to spread the word and bring all of this content, which I think is actually pretty good and great, is for you to share the show. So as you know, I start my day with an expression of gratitude to God and the universe to have another opportunity to be inspirational. And with that, I want to start the episode by thanking you all for liking, commenting, following, subscribing, and especially sharing. The audience continues to grow and grow and grow, not just in the U.S., but worldwide. So thank you all for that. And then secondly, again, for the follows and so forth and the shares, the way we grow is if you learn something, if you like something, if you find this valuable in any way, this episode or any of my prior episodes, please do share the show. As I like to say, if your knowledge swole, share the show. That is how we grow. And so please do share the show. I know there's a lot of what I call ninjas out there that, you don't say anything, you don't publicize it, but I do know that you're sharing the show. So thank you all. Thanks to all the ninjas out there on End-to-End Podcast Nation. So, excited, man, turning the big 5-0. And to be honest with you, dude, I do not feel that way at all. I don't feel 50. I feel the most vibrant, lightest, healthiest, most coherent, the most clarity I've ever had in my life. I think the prime is actually not even started yet. I mean, I think I've got a big ways to go going into the future, and which is crazy to me. So, it's crazy to me because I would not have expected 50 to feel this way. When I was growing up, I thought 50 was freaking old, like ancient. Like, dude, that guy's 50, he's old. But now that I'm here or about to be here, it's ridiculously enlightening because you know so much about the world. And so I'll probably put up a special post on, 50 lessons learned at 50. But with respect to this episode, I want to keep it tight because we're kind of in this, in my law firm, and we have depositions and things going on in meetings. But I wanted to share 3 things leading up till now that actually pivoted my life in a major way. Three kind of philosophies or things you can apply to your life at any age if you really want to accelerate your growth and your opportunities for success. The first one is accountability. Accountability. The moment you start to hold yourself accountable to you, that's when things change. When you accept accountability and responsibility, that's when you realize that your life is no one's fault or the result of no one's actions but your own. And so when you accept that, then you take full control of all the variables about your life. You start to understand that if I want something done, I need to do it myself. If I want a certain result, you have to move yourself. If you want a certain relationship, you have to take actions or steps in that way. If you want a certain career path or you want to be a business owner, you have to take responsibility and accountability for that actions. I have employees, right? And I do delegate responsibilities to them. But in my mind, I'm still accountable for the ultimate result because it's my law firm. It's my business. It's my CuraConnector.com platform. It's my Legacy X token. It's whatever I do, whatever project, even though I have people working on it, I still have to accept complete accountability for that result. This podcast, I have a team, great producers, great videographers, everybody. Ultimately, I hold myself accountable for the final product. So in that regard, once you understand that, things really, really start to shift. When you give yourself zero compromise, you have no options but the option to do something, then your life starts to change. I'm married, right? I'm married. I rely on my wife to take care of certain things. But ultimately, I hold myself accountable for those things. I have my son, right? And who's about to be college age or adult age. I give him responsibilities, but I'm still holding myself accountable for his actions. Everything around accountability, once you understand that, then the life really starts to change because you really don't give yourself few, if any, more excuses to not do stuff. You give yourself few, if any, more excuses to not do stuff. So number 1, learn to be totally accountable for your own life. And there's a good book from Jocko Willink. He's a motivational guy, has a Jocko podcast, really, really good podcast. But he has a book. His first book that got him, some notoriety is called Extreme Ownership. Highly recommend that as something to read to understand how to take full ownership and accountability and responsibility for your life, okay? The second point, now that I'm turning 50, that really accelerated my pathway to growth and ultimately success, some modest success, is living for others. Living for others. This centers around, I had this conversation with my family. This is some inside baseball. We had dinner last week, and I told them, listen, my daughter's 6, she'll be 18 when I'm 62. I'll be turning 50. So this next 12 years is an all gas, no brake situation for me. Like, this is the push, all gas, no brakes. And I specifically told my family, you can help me out by 3 ways. A, you can support whatever I'm doing because it's all gas. B, you can be helpful by making my life easier. And then C, if you're not doing A or B, get the hell out of the way, right? So it is all gas. But part of that means They have to live to help me be successful so that I can help them be successful, if that makes sense. Okay? So in that regard, when you live to serve other people, again, it really accelerates your growth because now you are driven by not your own selfish wants, needs, desires, and greed. Your purpose is bigger, is outside of yourself. A lot of people say, you have to find your why to be successful. Well, when your why is about helping others, then it becomes easier to do things. It becomes easier to hold yourself accountable because now you're responsible for other people. So now you are driven to hold yourself more accountable. Because like me, if you have a fear of letting people down, especially people that rely on you, then it's easier actually to hold yourself accountable and actually do the hard things to make things happen. I tell this to, I had a group of college athletes in this very conference room, about 15 of them last week, talking about a new cancer campaign. If you want to check it out, go to at PFAS, PFAS lawyer on X, or PFAS, PFAS injuryattorney.com. It's about the forever chemical that's accumulating in our bodies and causing cancer. Check it out. I'll be doing an episode on that soon. But in any case, had a bunch of college athletes in here talking about that. And I told them, and I'll tell you, that my law firm did not take off until I made it about other people, until I made it not about how much money I could make, but I made it about how many people I could help. Because the money is the result. It is not the goal. The money is a byproduct of the process. So when I transformed it to, hey, I'm doing this for the team that I have, the families that I'm responsible for, the employees, their families, the families and direct impact on my clients who have been injured, or to the people we're trying to serve in these other companies that I have. Once I made it about that, instead of, hey, how much money I can make from this project, I mean, it took off. It literally took off like that. Because people can feel that. People can feel the care, the sincerity. They don't feel taken advantage of. Hey, you're helping me only because you want my money. That gets taken out of the equation when they understand that our mission statement and all the things that we do, law firm, Cure Connector, the Legacy X token, all these projects, is about changing lives of others in a positive way. This podcast, changing lives of others. And I think that giving that energy back to the universe allows you to reap all the rewards of that giving nature. It's all positivity. And so again, number one, accountability. Number two, serving others. And then the third one is turning 50. A third one that really changed my outlook and prospects on life was I sensed this at a very young age, but then I really bought in and lived in and embodied it as I got older into my 30s and 40s, is karmic balance. Karmic balance. Now, some of y'all might not believe in karma. That's quite all right. It's a spiritual thing to me. It's a universe kind of metaphysics vibe to me, because I believe the universe is all about energy, positive and minus, positivity, negativity, repulsion, attraction, magnetism, all that. But I have yet to find an extremely successful person that does not somehow believe in karmic balance. And for those of you who are unfamiliar or don't believe in it or don't understand it, karmic balance basically says because everything is energy, there's a positive and negative. Everything finds its balance in the universe. Water finds its level balance. Everything finds its balance. So if there's positive energy, there must be negative energy, or else you get too much positive energy and the potential energy builds up too high. Same thing on the negative side. If you have negative things, negative energy, it has to be balanced with positive energy. So when you believe in this karmic balance, and you believe that when you do good things, the universe will repay you in even better things, right? What does that give you? Because results are not immediate. But what does that give you? It gives you belief and faith to do the right thing, to do the hard thing. Damn, I'm busting my ass. Years and years and years. Nothing good is happening. Nothing good. That's very hard to do. the mundane activities, the boring shit for long periods of time without seeing a result. So what does that require? That requires a lot of faith. Faith that ultimately the work will pay off. And that's where a lot of people give up. Most people give up a project in the first year. Over half, let's say. Out of the remaining half, the other half is going to give up after the second year. And probably 90% of the first people that started out of 100 will give up by the fifth year because they lack the faith that it's going to turn out positive. And when those people quit, then that's the ultimate failure. That's the ultimate dream killers when you quit, because you can never realize your dream. And so you have to have that faith to push through, to see the success when it's not so readily apparent, right? And how does that faith come through? When you believe in karmic balance. I'm just going to keep putting out this positive energy, positive vibes, helping others, doing the right thing, doing the hard thing, doing the discipline, and lo and behold, at some moment in time in the future, the universe pays you back just as fast as it happens. The most extreme example, or not the most extreme, but an extreme example. Nathan, my son, going into senior year now in this fall, but he has aspirations of playing college basketball. Not a big kid, 6'1", he's strong, but he has a slight build, about 150 pounds soaking wet. So most would say undersized in a major way to play at the next level, right? Been playing since the third grade. So now for over a decade. Actually playing since the second grade. So over 10 years of putting his body through stress, the mental, all that, training, working, lifting, eating, sacrificing social life, doing all these things with the hopes and dreams of playing college basketball and ultimately professional basketball. Not guaranteed at all. In fact, most would say, in basketball, 1/10 of 100% make it to the NBA or play professionally. 3% of all high school basketball players play college basketball. So let's say there's 1 million high school basketball players, so only 30,000 roster spots on 3,000 college teams. So very low odds. So how do you have faith that it's going to go? How do you have enough faith for over 10? Obviously, as an elementary kid, he doesn't understand this, but as he's getting older, how do you have faith that it's all going to turn out? You just got to keep putting it out there. Believe in karmic energy. Believe in, hey, if I help my teammates, if I help my team win, if I do the hard stuff, if I give the hustle, if I give 100% on the court all the time, it's going to pay off. And lo and behold, it's paid off. Just yesterday, he got his first college offer to play at the next level, pretty high level. So you gotta build that faith from somewhere. And so when you say believe in karmic balance, when you believe that, hey, if I put out positive energy, I'm gonna get even more positivity back at some point in time, I don't know when, that helps build the faith. So just real quick, 3 things. Now that I'm turning 50, happy birthday to me. I'm so stoked, man. I'm really excited. Most people are like, oh man, you're turning 50. Oh my God, blah, blah. I don't look at birthdays as a year passing. I look at birthdays as another year of experience gained. And so I don't really count down my life. I count up my life. So that's another thing, another different way of looking at life. But 3 things in retrospect, turning 50, on how to really accelerate your opportunity for success and growth. 1, total accountability about your life. 2, live for the purpose of serving others. People that rely on you, people that are your customers, just random people. You never know when that payback comes through, and that's related to 3, believe in karmic balance. The more positive you put out there, the universe is going to repay you with more positivity, okay? Those 3 things, at least in my life, in my personal experience, I started to adopt those principles in my mid-30s, and that's when everything changed. Everything changed. hopefully you take these, you younger people, you take these philosophies to heart, and your change will come sooner. But it's never too late to change or adopt new philosophies that might help accelerate your life. But those are the three things: accountability, service to others, karmic balance. Excited. Happy birthday to me. I'm going to end this episode as I end my day. Before I put my head on the pillow to rest, I thank the God and the universe for another day to be great, to have inspired others, hopefully, and an opportunity to be impactful in this world. So with that, I want to thank you for listening. Again, if your knowledge swole, please do share the show. That's how we grow, bringing you more content, more episodes, more guest episodes coming up over the summer. I'm totally stoked and excited. Check out all my socials, all my companies if you can. Support those if you can. That'll support this podcast. It's all intertwined, all interconnected. So with that, thank you for listening, and looking forward to bringing you another episode very, very soon. Be great today, but be great today, but be even more grateful. And I will talk to you very, very soon.